And thank you so much for tuning in.
Relationship issues
Relationship Talk.
on 702.
It's the relationship focus, a conversation I'm really looking forward to. And for that chat in studio, we are joined by the lovely Cathy Mphirima, who's a relationship coach. Cathy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Kgomotso. How are you doing?
I'm okay. You look lovely. And I know it's your birthday, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
You look absolutely amazing. Are you enjoying your birthday?
I'm loving it, every minute of it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, I hope that you have some partying scheduled for a little later on in the day as well.
Oh, my daughter-in-law, and my kids are my son and my daughter-in-law, they're taking me out for dinner. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. Cathy, or I should say Coach Cathy.
Coach Cathy, it is.
Mojolo. The
Yay.
ups and downs of modern dating. Diaboa.
No, big time. Hey, I don't know. I always tell people that I don't know what's going on. You know, we are so used to that mujolo where you're walking down the street and somebody twists your arm and you take 3 weeks before you can get back to them to let them know that you love them, and you cannot even tell them. You throw it on the ground and they have to read there to say that now we are together.
Yes.
But today's dating is on another level. Somebody says hi and all of a sudden you're an item.
Yes.
And you're like sitting there like, how kanjani? You never even proposed me. You never even said yaktanda, and I gave it back. So we just go with the flow. And some, they call it situationship. They've got all sorts of names for everything. And you're like, but what the heck is that?
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very different. You're right. I always used to say that it used to be a uyangfaga, a uyavuma nomaka, you know, and it used to be a give me 3 days, you know, to go and think about it, right?
Exactly.
And now there's talking stages even.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what are we doing in the talking stage? No, we're talking about when we get into the relationship, or if we are going to get into a relationship. But the talking stage sometimes is as long as the actual relationship, or longer than the actual relationship.
That is so true. You find out you're in a talking stages for 2 years and you go into a relationship after 2 months, it's out. So you've wasted, I think there was a TikTok of a pastor who said, young people are living purposeless life.
Yes.
You're spending 5 years of your life with this person in a relationship, and at the end of the day, you don't even end up with them. So we just do things for the sake of doing them. And because it makes sense, right? We see it on social media, we see it on Netflix, we see it everywhere else. And we think, yes, it is the right thing. But whereas I think the talking stages, if you look at it, I would just go back to the Christian background. It's all about courtship, where you get to know one another and you go in there with an intention to say that, what are we looking for? I'm getting to know you, you getting to know me. But at the end of the day, everybody is very clear about what is it that you're doing.
Yeah.
But in the talking stages, it's like, I cannot hold you accountable. I cannot ask you about your whereabouts. You cannot be responsible for anything. We are just talking. And sometimes the talking goes beyond the talking.
Yeah, why are we talking for 6 months?
Yeah, what is it that we're talking about?
What are we talking about so much?
Exactly.
Listen, I'm with you there, but I can tell you that there are listeners who might feel like the talking stage is necessary. When I introduced the topic, Coach Cathy, I was speaking about terms that are popularly used currently in the dating scene.
Yeah.
These include terms like breadcrumbing, love bombing, what's the other one? Ghosting.
And
Orbiting, right?
Yeah.
And I've been hearing these more and more over the last few years. I'd never heard them 10 years ago. I didn't know that. I mean, did you know breadcrumbing 10 years ago?
I'm still shocked. What are we doing? What is breadcrumbing?
So maybe we should go into those, right?
Yes,
Into some of those terms. I mean, some of the listeners may say, I'm feeling like I'm being love bombed. So let's start with that one. What does love bombing entail?
I always say that we use these words when they suit us, or when you hear people talking about them. Because of your definition of love bombing, might be talking to the way I want to be loved. So normally when they refer to love bombing is when you are into this new relationship, or somebody's trying to get into the relationship, but they buy you presents, they take you out, they call you 15 times or 20 times a day, and all of that, meaning that you are so flooded with love and you're like, what is going on? I've never experienced this. This is so nice. This is so beautiful.
Yes.
And then out of the blue, boom, 4 on you. That is not happening when you're in a relationship. And so you were love bombing. They gave you so much love that by the time you realize, the next thing, those things are no longer there. And most of the time, the guys do it when they are trying to get you into a relationship, where they will do all these amazing things. And some of them are even living beyond their means. And they're giving you this picture that life is going to be so amazing, that Dubai will be just like going to, next door and all of that stuff. But then when reality hits, where people now are in a relationship and now you realize there's responsibilities, there's all of that, because you got me into this relationship and I might have fallen in love with that lifestyle that you gave me at the beginning. And now, thereafter we into a relationship, those things are no longer coming. Then you realize now I have to detox from all that love bombing that you gave me. And that's when you realize that actually I was love bombed into this relationship. And you start now thinking, is this what I want? But what I wanted was that life that looks so fleshy.
Yes.
But the actual person that I'm with is not the person that introduced themselves at the beginning.
And how would you know? Because in the beginning, I think everyone wants to be showered and loved and intention being shown. You spoke about being intentional in dating. Everyone wants that person, the guy who's going to say, hey, I've sent you flowers. I've bought you this and that. Let's go here. I've booked this. I'm being proactive in the dating experience. And so for some people, that may feel like love bombing.
I believe that at the beginning of every relationship, conversations should be had. And that's where we end up with the love bombing, because we are looking at the butterfly stages where everything is so perfect and we never speak about the real life. You can even say, you know what, I appreciate all the flowers. I appreciate all this beautiful thing. But who is this person that I'm getting to know? But we as ladies, we don't do that. We are so excited. We are enjoying all these things that are being given to us that by the time you wake up, you are into this relationship and you're so deep into it and you fell in love with that person without knowing. So the most important thing is that the minute you start feeling uncomfortable about the gifting that is coming your way, then maybe it's about time to say, you know what, I appreciate it and love it and everything. But can we talk? Is this going to be our lifestyle? Is this what you do on a normal basis and all of that? And from that conversation, you'll be able to realize that, this is not the person. The person might say, you know what, I found that you were above my league. So I needed to do something to make you feel like you were there. So it is very, very important that even when you are at that stage where you feel like you are being love bombed, that you have a conversation and you take a back seat and observe.
Yes.
Because most of the time we don't observe. We just go with the flow. We go with the flow. We go with the flow. But it's about time like you take a back seat and say, whenever somebody say, oh, I need to get you to, you know what? Thank you so much for what you've been doing. And I appreciate them. But can we take it slow? Can we take it a bit? So that you get to know the person, not actually the actions that they're doing. And sometimes a person might be like that.
Yeah.
But if you've experienced the love bombing before, it might be a red flag for you because you've experienced that before, but you might find out that the person is genuine. So it is very, very important to have those conversations to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because it sounds a little contrary to dating culture currently, right? Currently, dating culture says, give me. I want to see that you're going to be able to take care of me. Are you going to be able to be the man, in this home? And so when men come into the space and they want to start courting you and pursuing you, they want to show their muscle by showering you with gifts. It's very different to what you're describing right now.
Yeah.
The idea is give me all that you can give me. Take me to Dubai. Take me to New York. Then I'll know that you can be the man.
But then it depends. Remember, all of us have got different love languages. I might not be the Dubai person. Yeah. I might not be the flower person, or because there are ladies who don't love flowers. They just don't love them. It doesn't mean every woman loves flowers. But probably I'm one of those ladies who enjoy having conversation over dinner. Getting to know a person. My love language is quality time. I want to be with you. Or maybe I see you the way you treat other people, meaning that that's all the kind of things that I'm looking for. So if we're going to go with the culture that's saying, give me, because women say, what are you bringing to the table? And that's why we find ourselves in relationships where guys come and do not become themselves, because we as women, we are the ones who are actually making these guys to do the things that we do. We make it very difficult for them to date us because we look at Netflix, we look at what other people are doing, Instagram Live, and now you want it from this person. But because I love you so much and I want you in my life,
Yes.
I will give you that Instagram Live if it means I'm going to get you. And I'll deal with the consequences after.
Hey, yeah, it's tough, especially in the materialistic society that we live in, right?
Yes, it is.
We're speaking to Coach Cathy on the ups and downs of modern dating. What are your experiences in that space? Are you experiencing, or have you been experiencing, being gaslit, as we say? You know, are you experiencing ghosting, where someone just disappears on you? We're going to be exploring some of those terms. We just had a conversation around love bombing, which is another popular term that's used in modern dating. But we'll have more on that after this break.
Relationship issues
Relationship Talk.
on 702.
It's the relationship focus right here on 702, the Clement Manyathela Show. My name is Kgomotso Modise. I'm in for Clement today. It's 11:23. And joining me in studio is Cathy Mphirima, or just Coach Cathy. And we're talking the ups and downs of modern dating. I want us to go back to some of those popular terms that are used in modern dating. Breadcrumbing.
Hey.
And I was like, what's that? What, you know, before I heard it, what's that? But it makes sense once you understand what it means, right? Giving just enough attention to keep you here.
Yeah.
And
right
then
here.
once you have my attention, you pull back.
Exactly. So it's playing games. I don't, Kgomotso, I don't know where we're living. I think, if you're an old school like me, you sit there and you're like, where are relationships going? Because if breadcrumbing is one of those things where you show interest, but it looks like you're not interested in having a relationship with me, you just want to get my attention, like I can see you're liking most of my WhatsApp statuses, or you're liking most of my Facebook, you're commenting, you're telling me how gorgeous I am. And sometimes you even send some romantic nyana things.
Yes.
Yeah, you throw them there and make me feel like, you know what, it looks like there could be some form of a relationship or something good will come out of this. But when you start seeing the person as if they are sort of like giving interest, you're like, let me pull back a bit. So it's a mind game. It's a mind game that is going on in relationships. And I think that's where people get hurt. And that's why we've got names like situationship, like we're in a situationship, because you don't really know where you stand with this person. They show interest, but they show that they're not interested. And it's both males and female that do this. It's not only the other gender that is doing it, but our gender, I think they're even the masters of breadcrumbing.
Well, it's complicated.
Heaven. What's complicated? Are you in a relationship or not?
not.
No, it's complicated. So you don't know whether are you in a relationship. What is complicated? Is it complicated to answer? Is it complicated relationship?
No, the situation, Coach Cathy, is complicated. We are, but maybe we're not. But sometimes we are in a relationship, but
So that means when you feel me today, we are in a relationship.
Yes.
And when I don't feel you, my friend, we are fine.
Yeah.
We cannot live like that, but that's what is happening. The terms that are coming out where it becomes so acceptable to the society that we will have relationships and not have relationships. And it comes back to where the reason why people are doing breadcrumbing and all of that, people don't want to be held accountable in relationships. People don't want to be responsible in relationships. People don't want to show intention, because the minute I show intention, that means now I need to be accountable and answerable to you. But when you be doing this thing, I cannot ask you, why didn't you call me yesterday?
Sure.
I cannot ask you, why didn't you do this?
Yeah, because we're not together.
Yeah, we are just sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm taking your calls then, 011-883-0702. Let us know if you are experiencing what's being described here. It's very popular, common terms used in modern day dating. But I do realize while we're having the conversation that that's not new concept. I mean, people have been doing this for a while. Maybe we didn't have the words for it.
Yes,
then.
we didn't have the names for them. We
no,
are just naming them. Right
Yes.
now, we are just saying, oh, this is what is happening. We'll call it breadcrumbing. And we say, oh, this is what is happening. Now we're giving it in. So the 2Ks have come up with terms for everything.
Yes.
They've come up with terms to make our life easier. We're like, no, we don't understand. What is this? I don't know.
Opera biza, agez, izolo uzile, namhlanje agezi.
So angazi kahle kahle ukuthi kwenzakala
Where do
between
we
mina
stand?
naye.
Yeah.
Yes. But then they're like, ma'am, you have been breadcrumbed. You're not the actual bread.
Yes.
You're just the crumbs on the floor.
I'm taking calls 011-883-0702. Let's take a voice note.
Hi. Yes, dating has changed exponentially. But I've taught my kids, even my nephews, all of them, they are in relationships and they know that at some point you need to ask, are we an item? Will you be my girlfriend? And then you need to go meet the folks. There's a way to do things. As much as things change, some things shouldn't really. Well, yeah.
Hi, 702. Just talking about Mujolo. I think there are different levels of Mujolo. There comes a point where Ujola for Ujola, and then there's a point where it comes to Gajola so that I can build a future, maybe with the intention of getting married or things like that. But I think at some point we need to acknowledge just Hojola, Rajola, Lentana Bududu, while I'm waiting for my soulmate. You get?
Batong, Rintana Bududu.
Rajola.
Yes.
You see exactly what we're talking about. Like, when the first one, where it's Mjolo.
Yeah.
What is happening in Mjolo stages?
No, I think that what she's trying to say is you're dating because you're passing time. And you don't really have any intention. And I think sometimes,
but
and you can tell
people's emotions.
I was about to say,
There's people emotions involved here.
Yes. So we need to be on the same page. If we're saying we're playing, then we must both understand we're playing. But oftentimes what I've seen is that the one is playing or just passing time and the other is actually serious.
True. We can start at the beginning saying that, you know what, Kgomotso, we're just passing time. This is nothing serious. I'm telling you for free, somebody is going to catch feelings. Because for the mere fact that you are together and this person approached you, they didn't approach you with the intentions for them to play around. But if you say to them, this is where I'm at with my life, this is what I want to do, sometimes they just accept that. Just to be close to you, hoping that you will change your mind in the future. And that's what she's talking about, Mjolo, of passing time while you're waiting for your soulmate.
Yeah.
So when you meet your soulmate, now you are dumping this one who is so into you, and that's why we've got problems. Where some people say, if I can't have you, nobody else can have you.
Yeah.
Because that's what started with the Mjolo that was passing time. But sometimes you didn't even tell me that we were passing time. I thought we were an item, we were serious. And I love what the previous caller has said, that I've had a conversation with my nieces and nephews. Get clarity when you get into a relationship. What are we doing?
Yes.
And what is our intentions? And don't just go in there, because you know what, we human beings, we are bound to have feelings, emotions are to be involved. So don't go playing with people's hearts, because they break very easily. This thing breaks and it takes in so much. So be intentional, be open and say, hi, we're still playing. Then if I want to play games, maybe I'm interested in playing games, but be clear about what you want in a relationship.
Hey, we're taking your calls on 011-883-0702. Have you been breadcrumbed? Are you currently being breadcrumbed? Or have you been ghosted and you didn't know and you're thinking we were an item, we were cool, now what's going on? I want to hear from you. 011-883-0702 is the number to dial.
Relationship issues
Relationship talk.
on 702.
It's the relationship focus right here on the Clement Manyathela Show. Welcome back. My name is Kgomotso Modise. I'm in for Clement. It's 11:36 on 702. And I have my guest in studio this morning, Cathy Mphirima, known as Coach Cathy. And she's helping us make sense of modern day dating, the ups and downs, mojolo, as some people call it. All right. I'm inviting you to call us on 011-883-0702. That's where we're taking your calls. Are you experiencing these challenges of modern day dating, the ups and downs of modern day dating? And I've been seeing some of the WhatsApps here and it seems like it's tough there by dating. So if you have experienced breadcrumbing, did you even know you were being breadcrumbed? Did you experience ghosting? Are you still ghosted? Or did you reach out to that person and they still ignored you? 011-883-0702. Let me take some WhatsApps, a number of them coming through here. Someone saying, maybe you didn't know, but we as mothers are breadcrumbers of note. We have so many balls to juggle and limited time to tend to send Instagram content to each other, which is relevant, both thought-provoking things and funny things. It's our love language to follow moms who are in the trenches. Okay, I'm going to take another WhatsApp here. I saw someone of a lady who is really struggling, a widowed lady. There it is. It says, as someone widowed 5 years ago, as I tried dating in this relationship, it started beautifully with a couple of lunching to get to know each other. Then once we saw we have common interests, it was sharing music, watching soccer together. After a few months, I sensed a booty call time. I think booty call. I think that's what they call it.
Yes.
I shall not detail, but after trying to express a need for warmth, the guy took a few steps back. When he tries again, it's when are you coming over? Whether my car's battery is dead, I'm busy boosting, he's not interested. So I've checked out because I can't afford to call and pay for help. But also it tells me I don't want to waste my time with you. So it seems this is someone who doesn't really have an interest in pursuing a relationship with her.
Yeah.
Only there for a good time, not a long time.
Mm-hmm. I think what is happening is that we go into relationship, especially like say she's widowed and you've been in a marriage before. And when you go into relationship, your intention is to have stability. But you find out that this guy, yes, we've got same interest. We do soccer, we do all those things. He just wanted casual dating. But the minute you start talking commitment, then that's when I pull away. Because chances are that I might be committed somewhere else.
Yes.
I was just entertaining you because I see that you're lonely, you are this and that. And it was okay where we're not talking about serious stuff. Mm-hmm. But the minute you start talking commitment, that's when people start pulling back, especially if you're not on the same page. To say, no, let me take a back seat. It looks like we're moving too fast. And that's why now he's got all those sorts of excuses. The battery is not working.
Hey.
But all along, the battery was working.
Hey.
Now when you now saying, you know what, after we're done. And the thing with us ladies is that once the dance has been done, we think now the relationship has been sealed.
Yeah, it's consummated.
Consummated. Whereas with the guys, the dance is the dance. But that's when you need to understand, Kgomotso, let's start talking. Let's talk about these things in relation at the beginning before we all get hurt.
Ish. Someone else here saying, Kgomotso, for me, dating is a maze. I've decided to opt out, a maze I've decided to opt out of. I've been divorced for close to 6 years, and during that time, I've only had one significant relationship. The rest was people trying to test the waters with me. The last encounter I had with a man was more than a year ago, after we were in a talking stage for about 6 months, and I was in denial about it. For now, I'm focusing on myself because the men I'm meeting have real interest in dating and the expectations that come with it. There it is again, the 6 month talking stage.
And that's exactly what you said. What are we talking about in the 6 months? And why do we waste each other's time? They've said that men, when they see you, whether being it a month or 3 months, they know exactly if I'm going to be in a relationship with you for the longest of time. So they think that I'm still getting to know you. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still putting together the lobola money. I'm still educating myself so that we can have a beautiful future. My friend, there's no future there because this person, if they were intentional, they would say, Kgomotso, listen, I really, really like you. And I think that you're an amazing person. And you know what? My intentions are very clear with you. One day, I would like to make me my woman. You know, these are my intentions. These are my timelines and everything. And when did I find out that? Because I was very clear. This is my personal experience. I've got only one boy. And I was very clear to say, the woman that you introduced me to, it must be the person that you're very serious because now we get attached to all these people. And you must be intentional about the young lady that you're going to be interested in. So don't just go around breaking people's hearts. I had that hard conversation because I have seen it happening. I've seen whatever. And believe me, when she introduced me to I call her my daughter in love, Naledi, that was the girl that I was introduced to. And he was very clear to say that this is my intention. We're going to be in a courtship. on the such and such a day, I would like to pay lobola. On such and such a day, I want to engage. On such and such a day, I want to marry. So meaning that by the time they went into a relationship and on those talking stages, intentions were very clear. And Naledi knew exactly where she stands with this guy. She did not just invest her time in hoping that things will work out. So that's what needs to happen. We need to teach our young people that when you go into relationships, talk about these things. Be very clear. And like she said, I could see the signs. And that's what we do as women.
Yes.
But you still continue to pursue a relationship. As much as you love this person, save yourself. Get out of it early before you are too attached. And you know what? I love what she's saying. She's working on herself, because sometimes we have not worked on our healing. We have not worked on ourselves, and we look for our husbands in other people. But you only had this amazing man, and he's the only person. The next person is not going to be there, that person. So allow the other person to be themselves. But for you to do that is for you to work on yourself and understand what you need. What are your values? And once you start comparing those things, you will find your compatible partner.
011-883-0702. That's the number to dial to join the conversation. How are you experiencing modern dating? Are you experiencing the ups and downs that we're speaking about today? And how are you navigating through them? It does sound like the dating pool, is murky. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. And I do see some of your WhatsApps. In fact, let's take some voice notes.
Hi, morning team. Just in regards with dating now, we just need to be honest. You guys are complicating a simple thing. You just have to be honest with the person. After that, now we're now busy. You do with someone else and then now get someone else. Then now you are jealous. Hey, why are you getting someone else? I thought Ronaldo and another item. But no, you said you are not an item. We're not until we find someone else. Then we fight. Because we're not being honest with each other. Be honest, be straightforward. Booty, this is what I want. If you can't get it, you can't. I like you, you are attractable, you can provide X, Y, Z, but this is what I want. People don't want to be honest. Let's just be honest with that.
But you see, the truth is that if you're going to say to me, already my interest now is gone, I don't know that many people that will say, yes, come waste my time. Or you're looking for someone to waste time with? Come waste my time.
If they make it sound that it's simple, just to say to somebody, we just passing time. Why are you passing time with me? Go pass time somewhere else. But what I like with him is to say, be honest. Meaning that if I've communicated my honesty to you, my intentions, and you say you're okay with it, do not expect more. The problem comes in when the intention has been communicated to you and you said it was okay, I'm cool with that, and then now you start wanting more. And that's where we go in as women, hoping that he will change his mind, hoping that I will change him, hoping that I will do amazing things for him, and by me doing these amazing things, his heart is going to change. Men are very honest. It's just that we're not listening. They are very honest. If they want you, they want you. If they don't want you, they don't want you. If they want to be in a long-term relationship with you, they'll tell you that they want to be. But we want to hear what we want to hear as women. And then we're saying they are ghosting us, they are orbiting us, they are breadcrumbing us, they were never. But if you were to say, let's go retract, let's go back to your conversation. How did the conversation start? No, he did mention that he didn't really want something serious. But he told you at the beginning.
Yeah, I'll convince him, man.
But you cannot change people. Maybe we need to get to the point where we just accept if you are willing to accept that, go into it and know that if it changes, we clap hands for you. This man might have changed their mind. But if you go into a relationship with the intention to change somebody else, you are not God. You cannot do that.
All right, more on that conversation after this break.
Relationship issues
Relationship talk.
on 702.
It's the relationship focus right here on 702. This is the Clement Manyathela Show. My name is Kgomotso Modise. I'm standing in for Clement today. Thank you so much for tuning in. 11:49 on the clock. And my guest this morning is Cathy Mphirima, or Coach Cathy. And she joins us now in studio, helping us make sense of dating, the ups and downs of modern dating. We've been going through some popular terms that are used in modern dating. And I think let's take a voice note or two to hear what some of you have to say.
Hi, regarding the whole dating scene, this whole breadcrumbing and what, guys, it's simple and straightforward. People only play games with people they don't like. If a girl or a guy doesn't like you, you're going to play games, breadcrumb and whatnot. If they like you, they will make their intentions clear and visible. So yeah, breadcrumbing is just playing games in J. Goes from Dublin.
Good day, 702, Manford from Midrand. As men, I think naturally we are born to date. Let me say debate. Like we need a lady or we want a lady, we have to show something. Either we do have it for a long time or not a long time, but we just pay to say, yay, am I can afford this, I can do this, I can do this. Thereafter, sometimes we stay, sometimes we don't stay, but that's natural. I don't think that's going to change because most men are born like that.
Hey.
Thank you.
Says he doesn't think it's going to change. We're just born like that.
So basically, ladies, you're in for a ride.
And that's absolutely unacceptable.
It is.
I also think that there's a lack of accountability there.
But that's why we've got all of these things, Kgomotso. That's why we've got breadcrumbing. That's why we've got ghosting. That's why we've got orbiting. And people, they might be asking themselves, what is this orbiting? Because like you and I were talking about it.
Yes.
It is a new term that is being used.
Yes.
Orbiting, basically ghosting, that's when you and I have been talking. Then I go dead silent.
Yes.
I don't explain myself. I don't talk to you. You can send WhatsApps and do anything, but I don't talk to you.
Yes.
But when it comes to orbiting, is that I ghost you, but I still follow you on your social medias. Now and then I will even comment or put a like or whatever, but we are not talking. You're not even answering. I'm not even answering your messages, but on your social media platform, I will be there. That is orbiting.
Yeah, you know what they call that?
Yeah.
You're being a monitoring spirit.
Exactly. You see, it's a monitoring spirit, but now we've given it a very beautiful term.
Yeah.
It is orbiting. So meaning that I'm checking you out. Are you doing well or are you busy posting? Yeah, men are trash. This and that. Like, no, this ghosting is working. So these are the kind of things that makes all of this thing very difficult for you to say, as men, we are born like this. So what if I were to say, as women, we are born to just want beautiful things? Then you're going to label me and say, I'm a gold digger.
Yeah, when I up on like that, I sure.
No, it's all about, I think people need to, you're saying, people don't want to be held accountable.
Yes.
And people don't want to be responsible. Because if I just live my life the way that I want, and both you and I know that we're not in a relationship, you cannot ask me about my whereabouts. You cannot ask me about why are you still talking to Kgomotso while you're talking to me. So that means I can have the best of both worlds. I can do whatever that I want, at the same time be in a relationship and get the benefits of that.
All right, let's try to get through some more of your voice notes.
Our Mara, talking stage for what? Talking stage for what? Because if I'm interested in you, I should know already that I want something serious with you. People are now having talking stage babies because they don't know what they want in life. Or they get ghosted. I'll ghost you because you're not serious. What talking stage for what? Because we should know from the onset that, okay, we're interested in each other. Let's try something out. Maybe it will work. What? Smooth from social group.
Good day. Good day. Thank you very much for the topic. This is Mapula, by the way. I believe that we would like the honesty, but sometimes we don't know how to deal with the consequences of being honest and actually being true to ourselves. If people want to continue to say, Rinsana Budutu, beautiful, but as the expert said, I think it's Miss Cathy, she said, somebody's bound to catch feelings. And for me, if somebody says Rinsana Budutu and you continue with them in that regard, then it's your fault if you get hurt at the end of the day, because it gets lonely. But you're not alone. You need to now find happiness within yourself to be able to continue and find the person who wants the same things that you are looking for. Before then, do not waste your time. Go to a painting class, learn dancing, find habits to keep you not lonely.
I want to go back to that one who's having talking stage babies.
That is so true. we were playing, or we found ourselves Netflix and chill. Because I get the talking stage that at Netflix and chill. So at the Netflix and chill, we ended up chilling more than just the word. And the next thing, somebody is pregnant. And then I come to you and say, dude, this is where I'm at. You're like, but no, this was not supposed to happen. You and I were just talking. You and I were just having a good time. We're not supposed to make babies.
The last time I checked, talking is done with the mouth and maybe fingers when you're texting. That's how we talk. We don't use any other body part. Okay, maybe our ears to listen.
Exactly.
And eyes to read. That's where it ends. That's where it's supposed to end, right?
Yes.
I don't know. But also, this is modern dating, hey? So, I mean, yeah.
No, you and I are like being schooled here. We are being schooled that, you know what? There is talking stages, babies.
Yeah.
There is this and that and this and that. But at the end of the day, I love what Mapula said, the last caller. You know what? If you accept all of these things, it is all your fault. But the most important thing that you can do for yourself is to make sure that you know yourself. You know, I think that's where we're done right. And sometimes we don't even enjoy our own company as people. And we don't even know what is it that we want in relationships. That's why we end up taking anything that comes our way. Know exactly what you want in a relationship. Know exactly what your values are. Know exactly what are your red flags, what are your green flags. What can you take, what can you take? Set boundaries.
Yeah.
And once you've done that with yourself, you'll never find yourself in this whole mjolo saga and everything, because you are very clear about what you want. When somebody's not talking the same language with you, say goodbye. It doesn't matter how much you like them.
Yeah. Oh, I wish we had more time. I mean, we've run out of time. And So where can people find you, Coach Cathy?
I'm available on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Coach Cathy. Yeah, ZA.
So Coach Cathy, ZA.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for a fruitful conversation. And yes, I hope that we've learned something here. Don't have talking stage babies. Please don't do it.
Thank you so much, Kgomotso, for having me.
All right. That was Cathy Mphirima, known as Coach Cathy. And that was a lovely, lovely conversation. Yeah. I hope that there's been lessons there that we've learned.